everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Amanda, the program director here at the Senior Center in Milford, Connecticut. In a moment, you're going to have yoga with Dee. A few housekeeping things we'd just like to mention. First of all, we appreciate all your patience. We're new to the virtual class world. We're just getting started, and we've realized that we needed to upgrade our internet service coming into the building, and that's going to happen later this week. So if you're having understanding the voice, hopefully that'll be better next week. So we really appreciate your understanding and patience. Remember to wear comfortable clothing and make sure that your space is free of any hazard that you might trip over or bump into. And make sure you stay hydrated today. Thanks a lot and have a lovely class with Dee. Have fun, Dee.
Thanks, Amanda. Good morning, everybody. Welcome again. Of course, I'm just going to sit sideways for a moment. Let's come to sit in our chairs. I like to slide the lower back, the back edge of the chair first, and then take my shoulders in alignment with my hips. Feet are parallel, planted firmly on the mat. Turn the palms to face up towards the sky, resting the. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Notice what you're feeling this moment. Notice what you are feeling this moment. Allowing and accepting whatever may be present. Send your breath to any areas that need opening or relaxing. Take a full deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly lower your chin to your chest. Opening your eyes, lift your gaze. We can. We're going to start by, I'm going to take my right leg, and I'm just going to rest it on top of the thigh. I'm going to start to massage the sole of the foot. Work the pads of the toes, a little pressure into the mounds, and the arches, work those arches, down into the heel. Each toe, I'm starting with the great toe, little wiggle and jiggle. The third toe, fourth toe, and the little toe. So I'm going to hold on to the great toe and the little toe, and I'm just going to shake that foot. Shake it out. And then I'm just going to circle the ankle. Reverse the circle direction. A little pointing and flexing of the ankle. And then I'm going to release that, placing it on the mat. Compare the sensation, right versus left, and let's balance by taking the left leg up. We're going to start with our massage using the thumbs. Slide down through the arch. Pressure on the heel. Wiggling and jiggling, starting with the great toe. Going to the second, the third, fourth, and the little toe. Holding the great toe and the little toe, shake it out. Holding onto the foot, Rotate the ankle. Reverse the direction. Pointing and flexing. And then release. We're going to come to the hands. And so I'm going to take my right thumb and press it in the palm, close to the wrist, the palm of the left hand. And then I'm going to reverse and flex that wrist. Now, you can keep the elbow straight. Some people suffer from carpal tunnel. This can relieve the pressure or relieve the stress. You can even bend the elbow a little bit if you want, or straight elbow, wherever feels comfortable. Now I'm going to reach around to the narrowest part of my wrist with the great finger and the thumb. Just reach around and spread the fingers. I'm holding on, spreading the fingers. Got that hand. Do the same thing with the opposite. Left thumb is going to come right close to the wrist, center of the palm. Turn it down, flex that wrist, fingers point to the earth. I like my elbow straight. I apply the pressure. I reach around the narrow part of my wrist and then spread those fingers and shake it out. Great. Now, if you're in a chair, I want you to take your feet to the outer edge of the chair. So you're turning your thighs out, sitting nice and tall. But if you want to come onto the mat, you can sit on the mat and bringing the soles of the feet together and taking the knees out to the side. We're coming into this little cobbler's position. This is one of the oldest poses in yoga, very old pose. And by opening the legs out to the side, we find that it opens the hip area. Easy way to open our hips. Also, we find that Westerners may find this an uncomfortable position to sit in, but it's a great way to open your hips. And so Jude's just going to straighten out the legs. This is called stick pose or Dandasana, taking the legs out into a wide-legged seated position and bringing the legs back into our cobbler's pose. And just these simple movements will help us to open the hips. We're back into stick pose, wide-legged seated pose, stick, flex those ankles, wide-legged seated, back into cobbler. Cobbler, stick, wide-legged. Just a little fun. Draw the knees up, clasp the shins, press into your sit bones, lengthen up through your spine. We can cross ankles, one in front of the other, drop the knees out into Sukhasana. Sukhasa, easy. Sukha is easy. So coming to the seated easy pose, or sitting in your chair. I'm going to take a fist now with my right hand. I'm going to open the palm of the left hand. Press the fist against the palm. Keep that elbow not down, lift it up in alignment. And now, working with pectoral muscles, we're going to circle. Keep applying pressure with the fist pressing into the palm of the hand. Shake out. With the left hand, open palm with the right. Press in, give that resistance. Rotate. Reverse. And release, shake out. Now either on the mat or in the chair, or slide forward if you're sitting in the chair. Raise both of your arms over your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Don't hike them up. Reach energetically through the fingertips. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to begin to separate the arms. The left arm's going to come forward. The right arm's going to come back. Just about shoulder height or slightly below shoulder level. Want length from your collarbones out through your fingertips. This is an easy twist. You can already feel the twist and the rotation in your rib cage. Turn your head and look towards your backhand, very slowly. Turn to the front. Come back to center. Raise both arms into the air. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen from your hips to your fingertips. Separate this time, right arm forward, left arm back. Again, either shoulder height, not above or below. And turn your head, twisting your body. Come back to center, bring both arms over your head, deep breath in. Press the palms forward and lower the hands onto your knees. I'm just going to reach down, reaching fingertips towards the mat, allowing the head to relax. Not lifting off the right buttock, but pressing firmly and evenly into both sit bones. Come back up to a straight spine. Breath in, and then off to the other side. And relax. Weight firmly pressing into your sit bones. Deep breath in. Slowly rise back up and adjust. We're going to come to hands and knees. Rise up. Now, if you're using your chair, you're going to turn it. Remember, all hands into the seat of the chair. Walk far enough away from the chair so you have a nice long table position with your torso. If you're in too close, you're going to round your back. Remember to soften your knees so that you can move. We can start to just ease side to side, keeping the weight balanced evenly on both feet. And you can begin to circle your upper body around the lower body. You can move freely, moving one direction, head in the other direction. Wherever you feel that you need a stretch in your body today, go to what feels good. Take a moment to adjust, and then change direction of the circles. Explore your mat. Come to child's pose. I'm going to take my toes together, my knees the width of the mat, sink my hips to my heels, walk my hands forward, forehead on the mat. If that's not comfortable, stack your forearms and rest your forehead on your hands. If you are using your chair, coming into child's pose with the chair, I sit at the front edge of the chair. I can either place my elbows on my thighs if I want to keep my heart above my head, my head above my heart. I can use my fingertips. I can stack my forearms and rest my forearms on my thighs and allow the head to relax. Or I can reach underneath my thighs, bringing my rib cage onto the thighs and dropping my chin to my chest. Slowly come back up to sit. And stand if you're using your chair, or onto all fours if you're not using your chair, for a little lunge series. And I'm going to step my right foot forward between my hands. Sometimes to get it up, you might find it difficult. I take the foot out to the side, hold onto my ankle, and bring it forward to the top. Simply easy. If you are using your chair, you're just going to bring your shin right up against the chair so that the knee stays over the ankle. One hand onto the thigh, the other hand on top, lifting the chest. Now, whatever knee is forward, the opposite arm is going to come up into the air. Maybe I'll sink my hips a little bit, my little pelvis. I'm going to reach across and I'm going to place that elbow on the thigh. Elbow's going to come onto the thigh. Palms are going to stack, and I'm coming into a little twist. Place the hands back to the mat. Now start to move your hips back until you feel the toes come off the mat. If you want a little more stretch in the back of your thigh, your hamstrings, slide that leg forward. Ease gently over the leg. And the key word is gentle. It's a pretty intensive stretch for your hamstring. Bring the legs back together. Come back into your child's pose. Knees wide. Sink. Arms forward. Stack forearms. Forehead on hand. Or extend the arms and forehead to the mat. Slide your hands back, come up. We're going to do the opposite leg. Left leg out to the side. Grasp that ankle. Bring that foot forward. Other hand on top. Okay. Remember, opposite arm from the leg that's forward. Bring it over your head. Bring that elbow to the thigh. Palm face up. Stack those palms. A little easy twist. Lower the hands to the mat. Start to move your hips back. Don't lock the knee. Lift the toes. If you want an more intensive stretch, slide the leg forward. Lift your torso and ease over the leg. Ardha Hamanasana. Lift the torso, ease that leg back into child. Elbows, forearms, back of the thigh. Release. We're going to come into downward facing dog. And so using the chair, you just stand up, place the palms of the hands on the seat of the chair, walk arms distance away from the chair, arms distance away when you can't go any farther. Then bend the knees, press the chest towards the thighs, relax your head. Press strongly into the palms of the hands and the feet. You straighten one knee and then the other knee. I call this walking the dog. If you are not using the chair and you're on your hands and knees, I curl my toes under, Move my hips back. Notice that the arms are straight. I'm externally rotating the shoulders. I don't want to turn them in because I'll shorten the chest area and I'll put too much weight on the shoulders. Remember, externally rotate, lift the knees. Now, don't straighten the legs. The knees are slightly off the mat, but keep moving your hips back. You want the weight in your legs. And then begin. Now, you don't have to totally straighten the legs. Press strongly and evenly with the hands as well as the feet. Eventually, maybe your heels will come to step, come onto the mat, and let the head relax. Press your chest toward your thighs. Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. I'm going to ease my knees, look forward. I'm going to either walk into the chair or walk up to my hands. And I'm going to hang forward. So you can come all the way to the mat. Maybe your hands will be on your shins, or maybe just your hands will be on your thighs. Nod your head, yes. Nod your head, no. Chin to your chest. Press. Take the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them back out. Move again your chair to the back of the mat. Come up to the very top of your mat. For Tadasana mountain pose. With weight resting evenly between right side and left side of the body. Activating and firing up the legs as you tighten up your thighs and your kneecaps. Four corners of the feet are strongly pressing down, toes are spread, thumbs are slightly forward, shoulders away from the ears, and head is free floating. I call this the posture pose. When you are in mountain pose, your posture is in perfect alignment. Little sun arms this morning, so bring them halfway up, then roll the shoulders back, lead with the palms of the hands over your head. Inhale. Take the arms halfway down. Again, reverse the shoulders and all the way down. So we're inhaling and we're exhaling. Inhale again. This time, interlace your fingers, reverse the palms, press strongly through your feet, lift up through your inner thighs, touch the sky. Begin to soften the elbows. I'm going to drop one elbow down to the side, arms are behind my head, working the shoulders, and I'm going to go to the other side. Straighten the elbows, press and hold up the ceiling, deep breath in, release your arms, take them halfway down, reverse the palms, take them all the way down. Let's come into what we call standing yoga mudra. So I'm going to take my feet to the outer edge of the mat, and I'm going to sweep the arms forward. Then I'm going to sweep them behind me. I may decide to interlace my hands behind my back, drawing the shoulder blades together. If I find that uncomfortable, I'll just keep the arms separated with the palms facing behind me. I'm going to reach to the earth first. Feel the front of the body lengthening, back body dropping, looking up, arch in the spine. And then I'm going to begin to come forward. So I'm easing my knees. I'm slowly coming forward. And remember, allowing and accepting whatever is present. Wherever you are this morning is where you need to be. And so you might just come 90 degrees, halfway down, or you might continue going a little bit further this morning. I want to relax the arms, just let them hang loosely. We'll move it in the shoulders, legs, And I'm going to start to unwind. So I might press down to slowly rise up. I might even use my hands to climb up the leg. Once I'm back up, I lift the shoulders up and take them back and down. Just setting, again, my alignment and my mountain pose. So we're going to come into what I call wide-legged mountain pose. So I'm just going to step wide with my legs, wider than shoulder height, obviously. And I'm going to take my arms up again over my head. 9 palms are going to touch, but I'm going to bend the elbows and bring the hands to my feet. I'm going to repeat that again. Arms come halfway up, all the way up, inhale. Again, hands to my heart. Arms come halfway up. This time, I'm going to turn my body to the right, my entire body, my legs. I'm going to come into my warrior, bending the front knee, bring the arms in alignment. Make sure you're not turned towards the back leg. You should be facing the front leg. I'm going to scoop the arms down behind me, bring them over my head. Remember, palms facing me, thumbs out, little fingers in, warrior one. Deep breath in and out. Now I'm going to straighten both legs. Hands can be at T, shoulder level, or hips. Remember, make sure the hips are facing forward, body's facing forward, elbows back, chest lifted, and with a flat back, I'm going to start to come over those legs. Make sure one hip isn't higher than the other. Keep the hips flat and level. Maybe you're going to come down just a third of the way down, or maybe halfway down. Whatever feels good to you this morning. Weight is equally between front leg and back leg, and really evenly. We ease the front knee, rise up, turn to the front, back to wide-legged mountain pose. Inhale the arms over the head. Exhale down. Again, inhale arms up. And exhale down. And inhale arms up. Let's go to the opposite side. So the entire body turns this time. Remember, facing the front leg. Front knee bends. You should be able to see your toes. Raise the arms. Move them back and up. Full toes. Hips are level, shoulders are level. Straighten both legs. Arms can be out at T, and you can start to come. Feel better with your hands around your hips. This way you can feel if one hip is lagging behind the other. Come over that front leg. Slowly rise up. Back to wide-legged mountain pose. Sweep the arms over your head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Inhale again to T. This time I'm turning again, just the leg. Right leg turned out, left foot turned in. Right knee bends. I'm in my warrior two pose. The arms shoulder height, not by your ears. Energy in those palms. Gaze strongly down the length of your front arm. Long, deep breath in and out. I'm going to ease the torso forward, pretending I'm resting my forearm on the thigh, not taking the weight into the leg, but just using the legs to support the spine. Back arm's going to come down, and then over my head, I'm going to roll that shoulder open, side angle pose. Coming back up, I'm just going to reverse the pose. Slide the back hand down the leg, front arm comes up, remember, lead with the palm of your hand, little back bending. That wonderful stretch in the rib cage. Back into your warrior two. You're not leaning forward. You're level. Vertical with the torso. Straighten your legs. Turn the right foot toes forward. Back into your wide mountain pose. Relax your arms. Take them over your head. Inhale. Repeat again. Deep breath in. Exhale. Once more, arms continue and off to the left side. Left leg turned out, right foot turned in. Flex that knee. Stay strongly down the length of the arm. You want to energetically reach from your collarbones to your shoulders, out through the fingertips. Long gaze. Transitioning slowly into side angle. Upper torso tilts forward. Forearm rests lightly on the thigh. Back arm comes down and over your head. Right angle. Reach from that back leg. Reach through those fingertips. Stretch that spine. Coming into the reverse. Hand to the back thigh. Lead the front palm. Yay. Back into your warrior two. Don't hunch your shoulders. Relax your arms. Turn left toes forward. Toes face forward. Inhale the arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale the arms over the head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Heel and toe your feet back together and step up to your mat. So a little forward bending, a little forward fold. I'm going to sweep the arms again around and over my head. This time I'm going to press the palms forward, press the hips back, and slowly come into a little forward bend. Now you can take the hands to your thighs, chin to your chest. Hands might come down onto the shins, chin to your chest. Or maybe your fingertips will even find the mat this morning. You can bend your knees a little and chin to your chest. Take your hands either on your shins or your thighs. You're going to push them back, flat back extension. So you're coming up from the legs, elbows are straight, flat back extension. You're going to drop back down to your forward bend. You can keep the hands on your thighs and chin to your chest, or shins, or earth. And now you're going to slowly press down and rise back. Come back to the top of the mat. We're going to draw the arms over the head. Interlace the fingers. Reverse the palms like we did earlier. Rise up onto your toes, lower down. Lift onto the toes, lower down. Lift onto the toes and lower down. We're going to come back to a seated position, either on the mat or on the chair. Shoulders over your hips, hands on your knees. So we're going to take an easy little twist right now. We're going to turn so that we're sitting sideways in the chair. Last time, I'm going to reach my arm to the front edge of the chair, left hand to the back, pressing into your feet, lifting your spine, and slowly turn so that you're facing the back of the chair as much as you can. Your chest, your head, maybe even a little bit of the rib cage, even your navel. Release, come back to center. Take a breath in and out, allowing and accepting whatever is present, whatever you feel. We're going to twist to the other side. So again, turn. We'll reach to one edge of the chair, reach around the front, opposite edge, plant your feet, and then begin to rotate. You want your shoulders, your head, turn to the back of the chair, maybe a little more of your chest, a little waist, and even the navel. Release, come back to center, sit at the front edge of the chair. We're going to come into what's called the boat pose. Seated on a chair, boat pose is, you can make it as easy or as difficult as you can. But the idea is you're not going to use the chair to support your body. You're going to use your body weight. So I'm sitting at the front edge of the chair, and the arms are going to come up, shoulder height. Then I'm going to lean back, but I'm not leaning on the chair to get my feet up. Okay? I'm just leaning back, using the strength of the abdominal muscles. Maybe one foot will come up, maybe the other. If you're on the mat, very similar. You can clasp the back of your thigh. Don't sink in your torso, sit tall, lean back. Maybe the toes will just cover. Maybe you lift one foot. Maybe you lift the other. And maybe both will eventually come up. I like to flex my ankles, keeping my ankles in alignment with my knees, or maybe reaching the other edge of the feet, or clasping the back of the legs and taking the legs up. Eventually, come back into what was our cobbler's pose for that hip opening. Press into the sit bones. Remember, in the chair, your knees as well as your feet are wide. Find tall. Don't close or clamp your shoulders together. Draw them back and down, chest wide, and then tilt forward maybe a little. And I like to use my forearms to maybe encourage the knees and the hips to open a little bit. Sometimes I'll bring my forearms to the front of my shins to lengthen through my spine. Slowly release. Draw the legs together. Round your legs, press into your sit bones, lengthen up through your spine. If you are using your mat, you're going to straighten out one leg, straighten out the other leg, raise the arms into the air. Just like that. I'm going to start to ease my knees. I'm going to round my back. I'm going to ease onto my back. Resting the back of the head on the mat. Lifting one knee, lifting the other knee, holding onto the shin, and rocking from side to side. If you are not coming to the mat and using your chair, you're going to sit in your chairs. You're going to come forward, holding on, and rock your body side to side. And then you're either going to lie straight out on the mat or sit in your chair. We're going to bring the right knee into the chest. You're going to clasp the back of the thigh. and hug that knee to your chest. I'm gripping firmly on the back of that thigh. So I'm going to begin to straighten the leg. I'm pressing strongly my hands into the thigh and pressing the thigh against my hands and slowly straightening. Maybe you won't straighten the leg altogether, but just gently, we'll stretch. Good. Press through that heel. We're going to come into what's called happy baby. If you're lying on the mat, or even if you're sitting here, you're going to reach to the outer edge of your foot. If possible, you're going to draw that knee towards your armpit. Leg is perpendicular. Nice little stretch. If you're lying on the floor, the sole of the foot will be pointing up to the ceiling. Now, lying on the floor, you're going to step your left foot forward. Left foot is already here, and the knee is bent, so that I can place the outer edge of the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then I'm going to take my hands and interlace them behind, both of them behind the left thigh. Now, if I'm lying on the mat, I'm drawing this thigh into my chest. But if I'm sitting in the chair, I'm sitting as tall as I can, long back, and then I'm tilting forward until I can feel that wonderful stretch in the outer edge of that hip. I'm going to release the hands, release the leg. Again, hold the back of the thigh, draw the thigh to your chest, inhale the breath, and release that leg down. Let's do the same thing on the opposite leg. Left leg comes in, interlace the hands with the back of the thigh, draw the thigh to the chest. Keep that pressure on the thigh against the palms and the palms against the thigh, and begin to straighten the leg. Remember, flex the foot, lead with the heel. Maybe this is as far as you're going to go today. Maybe go a little further, and maybe eventually you're going to straighten the leg without locking the knee. I'm going to bend the knee. Now, maybe I can't hold the outer, maybe I can't reach the outer edge of the foot, but I can hold on to my calf area. I can even hold maybe my ankle or my shin, bring the leg out to the side and the knee towards the armpit. Leg is perpendicular. Happy baby. Arta, half. If I'm lying on the mat and this right leg is straight, I'm going to step it up so the knee is bent. I'm going to take that outer left ankle, rest it on top of the thigh. Remember, I'm interlacing the hands. I'm going right behind just the right leg, not all the way around. I'm going to get that length in my torso. Foot is flexed, tilt forward, just enough to feel that wonderful stretch in the hip rotators. Have the patience to hold. Try not to push away too soon. And release. Hug that knee against your chest. Take a deep breath in and lower the leg out. Nice work. So another easy little twist. If you're lying on the mat, very simply, knees are bent. If I want a little more intensive stretch, right hand can rest on the top of the thigh. And I'm going to roll the back shoulder down, turn the palm of the inner elbow to the ceiling, and then slowly drift my head to the back arm. Release the weight of your body, relax into the earth. Deepen the breathing. Release slowly, come back to center, adjust your hips under your shoulders. Lift the feet, cross the ankles, hug the knees to the chest, rock from side to side. Now, if I'm doing this in the chair, it's basically the same thing, but seated in the chair. And so I'm sliding my hips to the right side of the chair, on the mat to the right. Knees are going to go drift to the left. Arms are at T. Palms facing forward, up to the ceiling. Head rolls away from the knees. I can now surrender the weight to the chair or the earth. Slow, deep breath. Release. Come back to center. Slide the hips underneath the shoulders. Hold onto your shins or lift your feet to your belly if you're on the mat and rock from side to side. Slowly come up to a seated position in the chair or on the mat. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale the breath. Exhale, come forward. Hands slide, sitting in a cross-legged position on the mat or parallel position in the chair. Hands slide forward. You can stack your forearms on your thighs. You might let your hands drift down the front of your legs, easing into a little deeper forward bend, chin to your chest. Slowly sit up. Time for Shavasana, relaxation. In the chair, we sit just as we began, feet parallel, feet firmly on the mat, spine to the back edge of the chair, palms face forward, eyes closed. On the mat, you can straight legs or knees bent, arms alongside the hips, palms facing forward. Draw the shoulder blades together. Close your eyes, relax your face, relax your gaze. Shavasana is an exploration of movement as well as stillness. Stillness in our bodies, stillness in our mind, and stillness in our hearts. Slowly begin to spread your toes, roll your head side to side. breath in, raise the arms over your shoulders, full body stretch. Your hands, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Bow to your inner light. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Peace, Peace. The way is not the sky, the way is in you. Thank you for joining me today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.